Street Talk! Yeah!
Welcome to Street Talk. I am your host, Jason, and this is for Sunday, January the 11th. Got a request from a loyal viewer out there. Will you do the Broncos Colts game tomorrow? Absolutely. I told you guys, you make a request, give me enough time, I will break the prop down for you. That's what I'm here for, to serve you. So, Denver Broncos hosting the Indianapolis Colts. The prop is, will Denver win by double digits versus a Colts win or single-digit loss? Well, the lines bounced around. It's really hovered right around 10 points. When I did these calculations, it was slightly down. Of course, on closer to kickoff, it's going to change a little bit with money coming in, especially square money, going to probably boost the line up to an even 10 points. So we're looking at it basically being, as far as the betting odds go, down to a coin flip. No real advantage either way on either side. If we break down the numbers, though, defensively, something you might not know, against the rush, Denver is second in the league. And that's going to bode well because Indianapolis, very weak running game. They had Bradshaw. He's injured for the year. Trent Richardson's basically become a complete non-factor. He doesn't even play anymore. They did add Boom Herron, but really, is Boom Herron's going to scare you that much? So what that tells me the Broncos are probably going to do is they'll be able to stop the run. They're going to drop a lot of guys back against that vaunted Indy passing attack. Meanwhile, the Colts against the run, 18th in the league, 113 yards a game. So down in sort of the lower third of the league as far as rushing yards allowed a game. Denver defense, passing, 9th in the league, 225 yards a game. Indy offense is number 1 in the league, so it's going to sort of right there be a strength versus strength. And it's also interesting because you know teams pass a lot against Denver because they're down with the Denver offense, and they're probably going to be passing to catch up. So the fact that they're 9th really bodes well for them in this contest. Indianapolis, pretty similar numbers, 12th in the league, 229 yards a game. So they're about tit for tat there. Looks like the Broncos just have the significant advantage against the run. Well, Peyton Manning, we know him, we love him, we hate him. Whatever your opinion is, storylines sort of write themselves for this game. Going against his former team in the playoffs, his career really winding down. There have been rumors that he's going to walk away after this year no matter what, so we'll see how those play out. But something interesting sort of happening in the year. There was the St. Louis game. Denver went to St. Louis, I think in the 11th game of the year. And not only did they lose, there was rumors afterward that Peyton Manning was injured in the game. He had hurt his thigh. He had hurt this. Sort of a lot of mystery surrounding it. All of a sudden, though, Denver's game plan started changing. And here are the numbers to back it up. From the beginning of the year to the St. Louis game, Peyton Manning averaged 330 yards per game through the air. After that moment, from the rest of the year, he averaged 238 yards through the air. They passed it a lot less. He averaged almost 100 yards less through the air. But on the flip side, the Broncos' leading rusher through the St. Louis game averaged 65 yards per game on the ground. After the St. Louis game, they averaged 108 yards per game on the ground. Now, that's their leading rusher. That's not them as a team. So, why is that? We know Peyton Manning is a guy who likes to pad his stats. He likes to try and break records. He likes to really inflate those numbers. And for him to sort of just switch gears and not want to do that anymore, that worried me. And, of course, the last game of the year against the Raiders, he was coming out. He was not playing. Brock Osweiler was coming in. Who knows what was going on? He did finish the game. So I think this bye week for the Broncos has really helped them. The thing about Peyton Manning, though, we know his terrible playoff career record. More losses than any quarterback in the history of the game. So at best, he's, doesn't get it done when it's time. At worst, he's a choker. How's he going to pan out? Even in games in which, I went back with games with the Broncos and games with the Colts, in which they've had a bye in the division round. Peyton Manning 2-3 straight up in those games. So not only is he not covering double-digit spreads, he's not even winning the games the majority of the time. So it's really sort of mysterious. Who knows what's going to happen as far as this game goes. One big injury, sort of under-the-radar injury to note, Broncos linebacker Brandon Marshall. There are reports he's not going to play in the game. There's reports that says, nope, he's good to go in the game. How he plays, how he fares, if he's full, if he's 100%, if he's nicked up a bit, because that will open up those underneath routes for Colts quarterback Andrew Luck. Crossing routes, Colby Fleener, Dwayne Allen, pick them apart. Then as the defense draws in, you hit T.Y. Hilton over the top for an easy 65-yard touchdown. We've seen it. We saw the impact of Hilton in the Bengals game last week. He came in. We weren't sure about it. Fully healthy, no problem. So how is this game going to play out? Well, I'll be honest. I think this is just about almost all circumstances a skip game. Why? Because the numbers seem to indicate that the Broncos, now they're fully healthy, had the week off, they should be able to cover double-digit props. They're playing in the thin air. You got an indoor team traveling to Denver. All things sort of point to Denver being able to handle their business at home. But then you have sort of Peyton Manning's history. Doesn't get it done in big games. As I said, more losses than any quarterback in the history of the league. Who knows? I'm going to begrudgingly say Broncos for the double-digit win. But for me, don't be fooled by the numbers. All the sheep are on the Colts side. The sort of betting lines are saying it's 50-50. The statistics say the Broncos side. So this is really, really a toss-up. So I guess that makes it a good streak for the cash prop. So begrudgingly, I'm going to go with Broncos for the green. But as I said, this is really just a low streak play. Not even monthly players. Of course, they're going to be playing the in-game. So medium streak and higher streak, I wouldn't be fooled by this. I can see it going either way. The teams did play earlier in the year, but this is almost two totally different teams. And who knows as far as the health of Peyton Manning. If he's good, I think they can get it done. But we've seen him choke these games away before. So, Broncos, double digit for the clinching green. Who knows? What I am going to say, I appreciate the comment, as I said. Leave another one. If you want to me to break down a prop in the future, I'll be happy to do it. And I hope you guys enjoy it. We'll see you next time on Streak Talk.